I've been traveling.
Okay, does anyone want to do number 15? Any volunteers? Thank you.
Does the party of racist slavery, the creator of the KKK, the party of racist lynching, the party of segregation, and the party of Bull Connor, the Democrat Party, ever claim to be the party with superior human rights record?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All the time.
Nobody says that.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking about our RNC leadership.
Now, another thing is, polls for 30 years, they ask people, are you a conservative or are you a liberal? For 30 years, it's been 2-to-1. The last one I saw was 67% to, 35, or then some people say undecided. Okay, so that means we average a 2-to-1 advantage for, do we average winning 2 out of 3 votes in every election for the last 30 years? Not even close. We've gone less than 50%. How can you explain that? That would be if they get a C grade. Yes.
What's the independent count?
It's about 50%. So it's about 50% of the people identify themselves as either conservatives or liberals, and then the others don't. That varies by the thing. But still, there's that huge margin. There's a lot of people in the Democratic Party that identify themselves as conservatives. How can that possibly be? They don't belong there. And the Republican Party is not pulling it into where they belong. It makes no sense if they're trying to win. In the last primary, I'll read it. In the last primary, do you think the RNC has done a good job of vetting sound bites for Obama in the general election? I mean, terrible. I mean, just think of all the things that Santorum has said that are going to be used against Romney. And to the best of knowledge, it has been a whimper by the RNC. If anything, they're playing this like those ads where it tastes better, or it's lighter, or whatever. They're playing in there saying, "Oh, do you know what Santorum said about you? Oh, did you know what Romney said?" If anything, they're trying to get them to fight more with each other, which doesn't make sense. Okay, now on 19, it's going to change a little bit. People on the left are going to have one 19, and people on the right are going to have a different 19. So I'll do this. It's on talking points. The average American, when they decide, am I going to vote for this person, that person, is determined on their listening television. They get these sound bites. They have the so-called Republican consultant, the so-called Democratic consultant. And so what are the most common sound bites out there? The A is the Republicans are, we were losing 800,000 jobs per month under Bush. That's what they say. And then the second one is, Republicans are for tax breaks for the richest 1%. And you get this over and over again. Now the question is, knowing that that's going to come every day, are the Republicans prepared? No, not even close. It's like, oh, gee, I've never heard that question before. And they act guilty, and they have no answer. Like on the 800,000 jobs, the real answer is that was the very worst month of 96 months, okay? And that in almost every recession, you have 2 or 3 months that are approximately that bad as a percentage. Okay, but what is really different, what is totally out of the realm of normal, is that today it takes twice as long as the worst month of any other president to get a job. 40 weeks to get a job now as compared to 20 is the worst for any prior president. And if every time the Democrat made that soundbite, if they got that pushed back, it's twice as hard to get a job today as it has been on any other president, they're going to stop pushing that question. And for the second one, on the richest 1%, well, who are the richest 1%? Every time they should say
Democrats.
The richest 1% are Democrats. They're people like Warren Buffett, like Bernie Madoff, like George Soros. The 5 richest states vote Democrat. The 5 poor states vote Republican. So every time they say, yes, it is, we are opposed to those tax hikes, that's just to help out the economy. The reason that we're willing to not raise tax on that richest 1% Democrats is because we don't want to harm jobs for other people. And if they point it out every time that the Democrats are the party of the rich, the Democrats are going to stop pushing that point. So, and the very last one is, this is one for really crowd participation, is can anyone here provide any real evidence that since 1990 the RNC is truly trying to win elections? I worked on this myself. You know the best thing I could, yes, please.
Have you considered sending this to Bonner, and
Boehner.
John
Boehner. Well, that's where his next thing comes in. That's a great intro. We planted her.
the reasons why this is being recorded. This is a swing county in a swing state. So, and this is a group of basically Republicans with some American independents, who I love. And so, this shows the problem and the discontent. A very large percent of the Republican base has quit contributing to RNC because of this problem. And I'm one of them. I stopped in 1996, not a penny since 1996. So, by the way, I'll point out, I can't try to come up with the best one I could. I said, now, put your bias out of the way. What is the best argument you can make? And the best argument I could come up with is the Republicans have won the South, since the South, turned away from segregation and so forth. And I admit that that is somewhat of an evidence. We've held on to the South quite well. But look at this, we have 20 on one side, and I had to rack my brain to come up with one that indicates that they're actually trying to win. Yes?
Dana, do you see the Republican Party changing its habits or not?
It has to be internally taken over, but no, the people that are currently running it, or have run it mostly for the last 20 or 30 years, they don't want to change. They could be balls. I mean, I just became a member of the Central Committee. I didn't have a background check.
Most of you know,
infiltrating is the easiest thing in the world to do.
most of you know I'm libertarian, okay?
Yes.
Maybe it's time to change parties, huh?
Oh,
I got the Libertarian Party on board, favoring income tax and Social Security and the rest of this crap.
That's one alternative.
Join me.
Another alternative is for Republicans to take over the Republican Party. I see the problem at the top, not the bottom.
A house divided cannot stand.
Okay. And also, I'll make one last, Dick does have the petition on the, yes, Yvonne.
Most of you know, I'm Yvonne Larkin. I'm running for Assembly District 27. And I struggle because I was an independent for a long, long time because there were just too many things in the Republican Party that just because of these questions, and I had never put it down to these questions, but you hit it. I'm just concerned that if we divide, it's going to be harder to do anything against the Democrats, and so that's why I decided to run as a Republican. I am a registered Republican. And I'm concerned about that, but I think that there's a way that the independents and the libertarians and the other nonpartisans can work together. And if we do that, especially in my district, there's 7,500 independent nonpartisans in my district. That's almost as much as I need to win the election. Period. And so if we get together somehow and come to some sort of mutually agreed platform, I think we have a chance. And just to say heck with the RNC, we do Washoe County, and then we do Nevada.
And then take over the RNC. The RNC should represent us, so that it's easier for us to take them over than us to take the country over.
I understand that, but let's start. Sometimes you have to do just a little bit.
That's where the candidates. That's where the candidates come from. They move up the chain to eventually get to the national level. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm proud to say that on the Washoe County Executive Committee, we elected a libertarian as one of the 5 member at larges. So we can change the party internally.
Yeah.
We can start with the party. We were the last.
How many of you have ever received these questions, things where you take all these questions and you answer them and it pops up and I'm as libertarian as I can be?
Yeah.
I don't know how they get worded to get me like that.
That's the foundation of America.